This is Deanna Padaleone again, and we are going to be going over Google Sheets for this tutorial. So we'll start again by how we get to Google Sheets. Two options. First, if you're up in your Omnibar, you can type in sheets.google, helps if I can type right, .com, and that'll take us to Google Sheets. Our second option, if we are in Chrome, we can come over here to our waffle, click on that, and we should see the icon for Google Sheets in there. Once we have opened up Google Sheets, we will see all of the sheets that we have access to or that we have created. We'll also see, just like as in Google Docs, a template gallery for things that we can do through Google Sheets. It's always kind of nice to kind of take a look and see what are some of the things that other people have done or ways that you can use Google Sheets that are non-traditional from your just basic spreadsheet type things. Google Sheets is a spreadsheet program similar to Microsoft Excel. That is mostly what it is used for. Again, I have search, just as in Google Drive and Google Docs and all of those Google programs. I can type in a word or the title of something, or I can even type in a person maybe that I know sent me the Google Sheet and search to find it that way. I also have the option here, again, for organization or trying to search for things by, is it owned by anyone, by myself? Then I have an option of grid view or list view. This is currently in list view. And as we have talked about in Google Drive and Google Docs, when I'm in list view, I have a little bit more information for each of my documents here so I can see who it's owned by. I can see very quickly here with this gray box that it is coming out of a shared drive. If there is no people next to it, I know that this is not something that has been shared with anybody. If I see these little people like next to this one, then I know that that's something that has been shared with other people. It is not in a shared drive, but it is a shared document or from a shared folder. I can also change my sort options over here. Last opened by me, modified, title, however I would like to look at those. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and start a new spreadsheet. When you open it up, looks very similar to, again, what like an Excel or other spreadsheet programs would look like. Up here at the top is where I can click on to give it a title. So we're going to title this one training spreadsheet. Just type that in there and it's done. I have various different options across the top here, again in a toolbar for me to look at, including functions, filters, a lot of the same types of things that you might see. Under the file menu is where I will have the most options. Again, I have the option to share. We've talked about that in Google Drive and Google Docs, and we'll talk about that again here in a moment. I can create new spreadsheets or spreadsheets from the template and open up new tabs with documents, presentations, or forms if I need to do so. I have the option to import things here. I can make a copy of this. Making a copy isn't something I've talked about in our other trainings, but making a copy is a good practice if you are opening a document that somebody shared with you and you want to use it, but maybe there's something you need to change, or you're going to use it for your classroom and their class students are in there. Instead of taking and editing their document, you want to make a copy for yourself. It's a good practice to do. So making a copy is a good way to do that. Again, just like Google Docs, I have different versions that I can download this into. So I can download this as a Microsoft Excel if I would like, as a PDF, I can download it as a web page. There's CSV, so different options for that as well. That kind of allows you to be able to share it a little bit easier with people outside of our organization or people who may not have access to or don't have Google accounts. I can email as an attachment. Just as in Google Docs, I can see version histories and restore older versions if something gets deleted or I need to go back to what I had done previously. I can move this. That move means just that I'm going to organize it in my Google Drive. Remember that anything that we create that is a Google, that is within that Google suite, doc, form, slides, any of those types of things, they're automatically going to be saved into your Google Drive. This just allows me to tell it where to go. So it's not just out there kind of free floating. It makes it a little bit easier to find in Google Drive when I have to go back and look for it. I also have the option to move it to the trash, publish to the web, and then I have spreadsheet settings here. If I take a look at those, I've got some different options to look at there. Under edit, undo, redo, basic type things, I can delete cells, delete rows, view. If I would like to freeze a couple of my rows, I can go here to freeze the rows. That means that they're not going to be moved. They'll stay in each column. I have those options. I can show grid lines, which are currently on there. If I take that off, I just have a blank workspace. I can set protected ranges. Insert. I can insert cells above, below columns. I can insert a chart or an image. I can insert a drawing. Again, we'll talk about drawings a little bit more in another tutorial. I can insert a form, which is a way of doing a type of survey. So there are lots of different options to pull in other Google programs into this. Functions. Again, it's just kind of things to check off through here. Again, I can format my text in my cells. I can format the cells. I can change the theme. So I have all these different themes that I can make it look like over here. That is a new feature. And as with Google Docs, Google Sheets is something that Google is continuing to grow and improve upon and put more and more options and things in there. So what we see now will most likely change or get better. Some things might go away. The names of things sometimes change, but that's constantly happening with Google things as they are working to improve them. I can sort the sheet. I can sort data. Again, a lot of these things are similar things to what we would see in like an Excel spreadsheet or other spreadsheet programs. Tools, again, I can create a form. I've got macros here. I can protect my sheet. There's accessibility settings. And then add-ons. We touched on add-ons just briefly with Google Docs. Again, add-ons are things that can be added to this program to enhance its usage. You get them through here, through the Chrome Web Store, and there are lots and lots of different add-ons that can be used for all kinds of different things. You have the option to just go get add-ons here. And then you could kind of search what it is that you're looking for. Like Doctopus is a way that you can use this to create a rubric that's kind of self-grading and self-scoring. It's pretty awesome stuff. And we'll do more trainings on other add-ons and things at a later time. And then help. I always recommend that you use help whenever you get stuck or you can't figure out how to do something within this program. It is a good spot to go and it will help you through that, show you the steps that you need to take. All right. We have the option to comment on here, just like we did in Google Docs. So if I click on comment, I can click comment and then leave a comment for somebody on this cell. So if I don't think the formula is quite right, maybe this is the wrong formula. And then I can leave that comment for my students or for whoever I'm helping out with this. Maybe it's an aha moment if you have something that's data that's sorted on here or something like that. You can leave those comments. And then, of course, we have the option to share. Sharing on here is just like it is with anything out of Drive or with your Google Docs. I can share with a specific person and give them the option to edit, comment, or view. If I want to get deeper into that, I have a shareable link. And to change who can see that, I come into link sharing. I can either set it so that it's public, so anyone on the web can find it. I can set it so that anyone that I share that link to can see it. That would mean people outside of our organization, if they have the link, could view it. I can change it so that anyone that is within the Canyon City School District and is signed into a Canyon City School District account can find and access that. Or anyone with the Canyon City School District account who is logged into that account that has the link can access it. Or I have it off, so I'm only giving it to specific people. I can change all of those different things. And then again, inviting people. I also have the option to prevent my editors from changing access and adding new people, or to disable downloading and printing. Just some ways that you can be careful or gauge who gets access to what you have out there, and how it can be shared or who it can be shared with. Again, this is an auto save, so you'll see that all things are saved here in Drive. And that concludes our Google Sheets training.